Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Curly K, and I'm here today to do a hair review. It's been a long time, okay? So as you can see, I have these lovely locks. I'm trying to get on the internet right now so I can tell y'all for sure the deets of this hair. I did use 4 packs of locks, 2 packs of the Freetress Hippie locs, which I think, even though I haven't tried none of Freetress's other locks, I think the Hippie locs are my favorite lock that Freetress has. I'm now getting into my soft lock era. I really wasn't involved too much with doing soft locks earlier. I would always buy the Cupid twist hair and wrap my locks. But now that I found an easier method to where I could, wear soft locks and take them out without damaging my hair, that works best for me. A lot of the times I avoided soft locks because I will always hear horror stories about how girls cut their hair. But I have found a method that works for me. So that's the method I do. Now, okay, so I got 2 packs. I got 2 packs of the Freetress Hippie loc and 2 packs of the Freetress Distress Rebel locks. In the color for the Hippie loc, I got 2 packs of the color Caramel. There are 24 strands in this lock pack. So if you do braid math, 24 times 2 is 48. And so also with the Rebel locks, I think only 12 strands comes in the Rebel loc, if I'm not mistaken. But I just want to verify before I give y'all the information. Distress Rebel loc in 22 inches, yes. I got that in the color HT Cinnamon. So I wanted to basically get that out to say, when I'm buying locks, it's important for me to be able to know how many locks are in a pack, because when I go in the store, I try my best not to overbuy hair. There are 15 strands in the Rebel lock pack. So 30 plus 48 is 78. So that's 78 locks. I did do individuals around the perimeter, and I did do crochet in the middle. So if you would like to see that video on how I did my hair, that would be separate from this video. So stay tuned for that. But what I will do is say that, like I said, I put individuals around the sides. So I had, I think, 25 individuals around, and then I had a crochet in the middle. And this is my second time doing this method, actually. The first time I did it, y'all, I was not in the mood to do my hair, but I had to do my hair because I had somewhere to go. And there's nothing more than like being in the mood to not do your hair, and you gotta do it. So I was just like, okay, I'm not finna sit here and plait my whole head. I'm finna cheat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some cornrows in the middle of my head, and then I'm just gonna do, a row of individuals in the back, individuals on the side, individuals in the front. Y'all, I like that method so much. It was so convenient for me. Anybody, a couple years ago when crochet was popping, y'all know how easy it is to get to your scalp with a crochet. All you gotta do is part that hair down that cornrow and just take the oil and go. And that was easy for me. Sometimes having individuals is a little bit more intricate because you gotta go through every single part and try to, oil your scalp. But this method, I love. Okay, so the color I got, as you can see, I got a little ginger thing going. Caramel, the color Caramel gives me 30 and 350. So if I could show you a Caramel strand, that would be like right here. You see that 30. And then if I could show you another strand, I think that's still 30 right here. This is a 350 strand. And then with the Distress locks, it just has the ginger at the bottom. So I would say it's like a perfect little 350-30 mix, but mostly 350. I did want to kind of ease myself into the ginger era because I do have some ginger locks that I'm doing in November that I'm so excited about. So stay tuned for that video as well, because it is coming. But yeah, now, like I said, I have worn the Freetress Hippie locs multiple times. So I love this lock. I love this style of lock. That did come in 20 inches and the distress locks came in 22 inches. Now, if I may, I love distress locks, okay? I like the way they look. I like that they look textured, and that's the main thing for me. When I do wear extensions, it's important for me for my hair to have texture. And that's just the bag I'm in, whether it's, you know, natural hair extensions. I don't really wear too much straight hair anymore, or even like straight locks. I need to have some type of curl, some type of something going on to give it some volume. I made sure that when I did the crochet, I wanted the middle really full. And so I feel like with the individuals around and then the crochet in the middle, it gives it a balance, and it gives it the perfect amount of fullness. I did use all of this hair, so I can't even show you, you know, what the hair looked like before I installed it. But just know that it was nice and it was easy to install, especially the crochet portion. As far as the wrapping hair, I did use Outre Afro Spring Twist hair. I love that hair. That is one of the best textured hairs in the hair market. Anytime I do soft locks, I always wrap my hair with that spring twist hair. I know sometimes when I watch different videos, some girls use water wave hair, some girls use the afro hair, and then some girls even use Marley hair. But for me, I love this afro spring twist hair, and you don't have to worry about it unraveling. And I did use that in the color 1B350. And I felt like that color went best. And here's, let me take my bun down so y'all can see. I feel like the 1B350 hair went best with like the hippie locks, because as you know, like if you look at some of the hippie locks like this one, it has like black and 350 going down. And so I felt like with wrapping that, I felt like the 1B350 went best with matching. So it doesn't give it too much contrast. And actually, I feel like it also gives it a pop of highlight at the top, which I like. It gives a little bit more dimension, if you ask me. But this is my hair down. And I am 5'9", so this is how far the hair comes down on me. And I want to do something a little shorter. The last set of locks I had was the boho hippie locks. They were in 30 inches, and that was past my butt. But I feel like this is like for the girlies who don't want nothing waist length that long. This is the perfect length. The 20 and the 22 goes well together. Back to what I was saying about the distress lock though. If I had the option, boho locks are so cute. And I love the fullness when I see the other lock girlies wearing their boho locks full with a lot of curls. It's so beautiful. But I tell you the truth, I don't know how they do it, because installing the hippie locks were easy. I don't have anything to worry about. But when it came down to installing the boho distress locks, it was challenging because the hair gets so tangled. And like, to me, as a person who wears hair all the time, to me, there is no difference between boho human pieces and synthetic boho pieces, because both of them are going to tangle. Both of them are going to mat. It's curly hair, and curly hair does what curly hair does. It winds together and, you know, be all over the place. But the boho hippie locks were harder to wrap, which I tried to save majority of the boho hippie locks for the perimeter and just use I used the boho distress locks for the perimeter and saved the hippie locks for the crochet part because they're easier to install. I did want to do some of the distress locks throughout my crochet portion, but the hole or the loop on the lock was so tight. So if you do purchase the Rebel distress locks, I do not advise doing the crochet method with those. It's way too hard and the lock is too thick to get it through that small hole. And even with trying to pull the hole to make it larger, it ends up like messing up the structure of the lock. So I would just use those for individuals only. I would not install them as far as crochet. But in terms of the hippie loc, you can either do an individual or crochet, and it's easy, no issues. Again, like I was saying with the Rebel Distress loc, those curly pieces, I did have to end up cutting some of the curly pieces off, especially the curly pieces that were closer to the loop. Even though it's so pretty in the bag, like, and I do have like some curls throughout, like as you can see, like I got a few curly pieces throughout. Like in terms of wrapping, it was hard not to wrap the hair, because even with me using the duckbill clips to hold the curl up, it still got in the way. And so I didn't like that. And I feel like I'm not a novice at this. I know what I'm doing for the most part. And so it was just harder for me to wrap. But in terms of like the texture of them goes perfectly with that Afro spring twist hair. So I think with my next install, what I'm going to do is see how I like it better, because my next install is going to be all singles instead of and not have any crochet. So I'm going to see how that works better with my next install. But as for this one, I did my braiding pattern slightly different than I did my braiding pattern the first time, because there were a few things that I thought I could have done better. So in comparison to that first set of locks that I did this method with. So I like this method better, especially in the back. It's full in the back and there's no gaps, because last time there was a gap because I only had one row of singles and then I just had crochet, and then it was like my cornrows and then that row. But this time I added like a row at the bottom above my singles. That way when I pull my hair up, you don't see, you know, the back. You just see crochet in the back. Or you won't see crochet either. You'll just see locks. So yeah, y'all. And if I had a kitchen, y'all, and I had some curlies back there, just act like you ain't see them. But yeah. So hopefully I was in frame. But yeah, y'all. But other than that, I have nothing to say. I know these locks are going to be all right. I probably will have to end up cutting the rest of the curly pieces off of my distress locks. But in terms of reusing these locks, they're definitely going to hold up. And so what I probably will do is use these locks again for another time and just keep them and then just move on to my next color. But y'all, I love Freetress locks. When it comes to locks, I am going to be trying different brands locks more, but Freetress is always the go-to girly for me. Anytime. When I wrap my own locks, like when I take crochet hair and Marley hair and wrap them, or when I do soft locks. But yeah, that's it for me. I hope this video wasn't too long, the review wasn't too long. I know I was really chatty and seemed all over the place, but yeah, y'all, this was spur of the moment, and I'm trying to go ahead and get this done because I was supposed to do it yesterday and I didn't. So yeah, y'all. Hopefully y'all like my my little show and tell, my little hair show and tell, my little mini review. And stay tuned for my tutorial on how, or it's not even gonna be a tutorial, it's really just gonna be a quick show and tell of how I did this style. So yeah, y'all, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos. This is